Hello, welcome to another video tutorial with Kukuru Capital. This is the first episode of our support and resistance series, and if you go to our website you'll see that we have a separate series that's just dedicated to support and resistance. Now this is because support and resistance are perhaps one of the most key components to any trading strategy and are really important if you want to be able to be good at trading. Now how you draw support and resistance levels is perhaps it's really simple, but for some odd reason it becomes overcomplicated and explanations, and a lot of people miss out because they become intimidated by this process of drawing support and resistance levels. The great thing about support and resistance, you can literally develop a strategy such as price action trading based on this. Also, it's a great way to complement your other indicators as well. So we're gonna get right into it. It's gonna be quite a lengthy series, about 5 episodes, just to make sure that everyone understands the procedure of how to draw support and resistance levels. Now, as you can note, that I'm not using a particular traditional metaphor trading platform, and that's only because I use the software to teach trading techniques because it's really great in terms of the drawing tools. So do take note of that, but we will go back to a metaphor trading platform to also just highlight, once we had a good understanding of what it is we're looking for when we draw support and resistance levels. Now in this particular example, I'm doing the EUR/USD, and I'm going to change the time frame of the chart and do 1 hour. This strategy and this approach to drawing support and resistance levels can be applied to literally any time frame. It doesn't have to be particularly 1 hour. It can be done on 5-minute charts, it can be done on your 1-day chart. It works for any time frame. So this is our chart. I'm just removing these lines that were here from a previous day, just cleaning up the chart so we have a clean chart to work with. So this is our chart EUR/USD. I will be doing many examples actually for this particular topic, support and resistance, because it's really important that you understand what it is you're doing. Now in terms of support and resistance levels, we have placed some really good PowerPoints that give you tips on how to draw. Now there are different ways to draw support and resistance levels, but I'm going to talk and discuss about the most relevant and most appropriate way to draw support and resistance levels. Now the technique that I'm teaching you is great because it filters out drawing as many useless support and resistance levels. Instead, this one focuses on strong support and resistance levels, which is important because when you're drawing support and resistance levels, your point isn't to draw as many lines as possible. Your point is to draw as many useful lines as possible, lines that you can base a trade on, either to enter, exit, and to set stop loss and take profit. Now in this particular instance, we're going to be drawing using, basically we'll be looking for points where you're getting a reversal within your chart, and the more bounces you get off a particular line is this indication of a strong support and resistance level. Now don't worry if you're still wondering, okay, what's happening, I will be demonstrating this throughout the tutorials. Now when you draw support and resistance levels, the very first thing you have to do is make sure you're drawing your lines based on your most recent data. Now that your most recent data is the data that you have on the right of your screen. Now the reason I'm saying this is, for some odd reason, people just open their charts and start drawing support and resistance lines based on data that could be perhaps 4 months old, and that data is no longer as relevant in terms of your present and current trading. So you have to make sure that you're drawing this based on your most recent data, and that's your data on the right of your screen. So the very first thing that we look for is what I mentioned. Now the way I suggest you draw these lines is start with the most obvious points and then you work your way throughout your chart. So the most obvious points is obviously here, because this will be our main resistance level and this will be our main support level. As you can see, we're not getting any breaks from this. So you go to your tools and you'll be drawing a horizontal line, and then you just click where you want it to be. Now on your metaphor trading platform, we're also going to show, this is just for us to demonstrate how you get the technique right, and you'll see as I proceed why I need to draw certain things to demonstrate exactly what it is we're doing. Then the next most obvious support and resistance line is this one, being our support. Now your support line is the line right at the bottom. It's the line that your chart will not go below, and your resistance is the line that your chart is struggling, the price is struggling to break. Now when you draw these lines, it's very important that you draw it at the body of your candle. Now some people argue and say you can draw it at the wicks. I don't think that's a great idea. Rather stick to the support and resistance lines being at the body of your candle. It's more accurate and it makes more sense, because when you are trading, especially price action, the whole point is to look for where your support and resistance lines are broken by the wick. So if you draw it at the wicks, you will be missing out on good opportunities to enter. Now the second thing that you look for when you are drawing support and resistance levels, now there is a technique. You don't just identify spots. Okay, for me, I can see, because I've been drawing these lines now for months upon months, so it's really easy to pick up, and it will be easy to pick up if you do practice drawing these support and resistance levels. Now what you're looking for is where you're getting a bounce within your chart. Now I'm going to stay with our most recent data, so I'm going to focus from here on, but there are other points here, but we are going to focus on the most recent data because that's what we need to trade. Now a bounce is where you see a reversal, points where you see a change within your chart. These are indications of support and resistance levels. Now for example, in this instance, you have an uptrend, and then at this point it turns around and becomes a downtrend. So what I need to do is stay in the drawing mode. Okay, so you have an uptrend, and then at this point it goes down, and then from this point it goes up, and then at this point it starts to ranging points. We'll discuss this later in the series, but for the most part it continues to go down, and then you do get minimal places within your charts where you are seeing changes in the trend of your chart. It goes down, then it goes up at this point, and then it goes down again, and then also here you get it goes up and then goes down. So I am going to take note of these points as well, because it is quite significant. Then here it goes up and then it goes down again. So we will be testing these points to see whether or not they constitute as strong support and resistance levels. And then you get a strong bounce here, goes all the way here to the top. You get a strong bounce at this point, and then it goes all the way down to your support level, and now it's starting to go up again. So as you can see, what we're looking for ideally is points where we see a reversal within our charts. These points are support and resistance points. So the way you identify these points is by looking for points in your chart where you see a change in the direction of your chart. Now a lot of people will start to wonder, okay, why does maybe a small change like this not count? You can take note of it, but we will be explaining and testing whether some of these do constitute as strong support and resistance levels. The thing is, and it's mentioned in the slides, you don't need to have 20 million support and resistance lines. You need to have strong support and resistance lines that you can base your trades off of. So now we've identified these points based on where we're getting a bounce, what we call a bounce in the sense that we were going in an uptrend, then it got bounced here and it started going down, then it bounced here, it started going up, it bounced here and it started to go down, bounced here, went up, bounced, went down, bounced, and up. So it's where you're getting a bounce, and this bounce is just reflective of a change in your trend. So now we take our drawing tool, we take the horizontal tool, and we start to place it at these points to get support and resistance levels on our chart. So once we've done that, now we have support and resistance levels, but we need to test which ones are strong. Now I'm not going to draw a line here because it's close to this one, so alternatively what I would do is I would just select this line and place it in the middle of the two support and resistance points, because we have a support and resistance here and support and resistance here. To put two lines adjacent to each other isn't really smart. We'd rather just put a line in the middle. Also, what you must take note of, these lines are not absolute, they're representative of a support and resistance zone. That's very important to take note of, because a lot of people will start to wait for, if they are doing trading that's centered around support and resistance levels, they'll wait for the line to be cut, and what you need to consider is this line is representative of about a 20 pip zone, something like this that I've demonstrated with this triangle. So it's not just representative of what's of just the line, it's representative of all the other features regarding the line. So it's not just representative of this straight horizontal line, it's representative of a zone that's about 20 pips in width, 10 pips, 10 pips, and anything that crosses into this is within that support and resistance line. So now that we've drawn our support and resistance lines, we need to test the strength of our support and resistance lines, and this we will be doing in our next episode. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, any queries, do feel free to contact us at gakucapital.co.za. You can drop a message with us on our forum that's available on our website, or you can send us an email. Thank you for watching.